Hi everyone, my name is Faith Borkowski. I am the founder of High Five Literacy and Academic Coaching. I'm here again with Lisa Sparkles of the Lisa Sparkles Ballroom and Latin Dance Studio. We're going to talk about progress monitoring because it's such an important factor when you teach anyone, children or adults. If we're not keeping track of how someone is performing, if one is successful or unsuccessful, there's no point in moving on. We really have to stop and evaluate and see what we're doing correctly as teachers and if we need to change it up a bit. And I'd like to see how that fits in with dance instruction. So Lisa, tell us.
Well, it's very interesting because when I'm watching my students dance from week to week, sometimes we're just working on steps, sometimes we're working on technique, sometimes we're talking about musicality, how we're counting the dance, how we're rhythmically moving through. And it is so important to constantly watch for things that are going wrong. Sometimes you have a great week and everything is just going really, really well, and that's wonderful. But there are far too often small things that may not be working well or that might be slipping through the cracks. And then all of a sudden, a month from where you are, you see that habit has been compounded and now it's even worse than it was before. And you say to yourself, I shouldn't have let that get that bad.
Exactly, and you bring up a lot of good points. So as the teacher, it's our job really to try to catch it as it happens,
yes,
rather than let it go on, because it'll just be repeated, and then of course it's harder to break. And if you want to see our Breaking Bad Habits video, you can take a look at that as well, because that fits into what we're talking about now on progress monitoring. As far as keeping track of how our students are doing, it's only fair to let them know what they're doing right first,
yes,
and then adjust and readjust our teaching accordingly.
It really does exactly what you said. So often, I think teachers or people trying to help somebody else, yes, who might not be teachers, whether it's a parent, a caregiver, whomever, or even a spouse or one of the members of a partnership of dancing is trying to help the other by saying, oh, you're supposed to step with your right foot and not your left foot. And in their head, they really think they're helping. But enough times, if you keep telling somebody how many things they're doing wrong, they're going to start to believe that they can't do anything right. So making sure that you focus on the positives as you watch people progress, because sometimes they think they really had it,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, they don't have it,
yeah,
and that's okay, but you have to focus on what they're doing right first. And as a teacher, it's our responsibility to build people up while helping them, not knocking them down.
Yeah, and I just want to add one more thing as far as monitoring. There's no point in just watching someone and just seeing, oh yeah, she's doing that right, she's not doing that right. Monitoring without correcting,
that's right,
and gently correcting is just useless. So I want to just wrap that up and thank you for joining us, and we'll be back again.
Thank you, Faith.